Hi and welcome to Hammond for Hire. Today we're going to put a Leslie onto a Hammond SK-Pro. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Here we are again, hammondforhire.com. Today we're going to continue the SK-Pro series. You may remember, if you look back, that we unboxed it. Everyone loves an unbox. We had a look at the sounds, the new sounds, and really I think we majored on the piano and the ensemble and the synth, right? We know Hammond are the leader in the Hammond noise. That's what the name is. So we looked at the electric piano sounds. We liked the acoustic piano sounds were good too. The clav was okay. I liked the clav as well. And I was kind of gushing about the strings. I was bowled over a little bit by the strings. The strings were great. And the monosynth section was really impressive too. I don't think we really got into the EQ and the delays there on the monosynth. We just sort of left it with reverb. It still sounded great, but you can imagine, I'm thinking Rainbow Rising, Tarot Woman, you know, it's going to sound great. But today, I wanted to look back on the organ section. We didn't make any conclusions last time. We literally just switched it on and had a listen. This first listen. My first time I heard it was the first time you heard me hearing it, if you see what I mean. So, the organ section. Right, wow. First thing to note really, this organ is a top end model, but it's around, what is it, 2,200, 2,300 pounds or something like that. The SK5 to my right, your left, Pro is around 5,000 something, you know, 5,300 maybe, something like that, which once you've got the wooden stand and all of that in there. So, is there a difference? Right, it has, where's the money gone? It can't be the wood, can it? So well, maybe it can. Clearly there's more stuff on the XK there is here, but this is a different market. Nord Killer, do you reckon? Is that the market? I don't know. I don't know. But what we've got here is we've got something a pianist can use that can drop into organ, or an organist can use and drop into piano, and you've got strings and monosynth as well. So, you know, the one keyboard on stage approach. Clearly there are going to be differences. We've looked at the vibrato chorus is very similar, I think. The overdrive is not. Seems DSP, got a valve over there, a bit warmer perhaps, a bit more on the kind of synth side of things as opposed to the way that works. Virtual matching transformer, read up about that. I should do a thing on that, to be honest, but that really helps with the playing large spread out chords, I think, over the organ and makes it sound like a C. Expensive bit of kit that's gone into there to do that. Percussion is brilliant on here, as it is on there. You only got one set of drawbars instead of 4 and a bit, so clearly, you know, that's going to make a difference too. So it is by no means made to a price. That's not what I want. That's not what I want to get across. This is clearly a top-end piece of kit, but they focused on different things, and as they should, really, because if you're going to have a range of equipment, if they all do the same thing, you haven't really got a range, have you? So they're all focusing on different things. This is the all-rounder. This is the lightweight all-rounder. Organ, piano, strings, synth. So, got that out of the way. Got a bit of waffle. Okay, so I've switched it on, and I haven't pressed record, so I'm going to go and do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to record Hammond Leslie 145, sorry, behind me with a couple of mics thrown at it. Nothing too clever actually. We're not close micing or anything like that. We've got a bit of mic on the bass and a bit of room mic close in. Right. So, there we go. Right, first sound. Switch it on. First sound. Bypass Leslie on because we don't want the internal Leslie sound. We're going to go into the 145. So, what did I just notice there then? Bit of leakage as well. You hear it coming through on the... Nice, that is. Okay, so the drawbars don't look like the drawbars. I'm going to have to get used to that. The screen, the drawbars are up here, and the screen says I'm doing 8880000, and clearly I'm not there. But until I get used to the fact that when I move something, then it moves, right? Remember we were talking about that the other week? So I kind of have to get it into position in my head. There may be a way around this. As I say, I've just switched it on. So here we are then. So 888, nothing, standard blues. Nice. Bit of a let's just switch over here. Didn't want to stick it to the SK. Thought it was a bit rude. Well, perfectly serviceable, right? Perfectly serviceable so far. That's nice. So let's get the percussion off for a moment. That's the basic tone. Key click's up there, isn't it? No doubt about it, the key click is out. Overdrive switched on, but not hearing anything yet. When you switch it on, patch 1, you've got a bit of vibrato chorus on. Right, so that's just Leslie on its own now. Bass is loud. Get onto that in a bit. We'll have to do something about that. Virtual matching transformer thing, the way I read it, you don't want the bass to kill the top end. It's threatening to. But we'll fix it. 73 key keyboard, I've got a plan. Alright, so let's have a quick bit of musical waffle. See what we think. Bit of Leslie. Oh, it's nice now, you see. That readiness is coming in now. Behaving a lot nicer with a Leslie 145. Not that the internal sim was that poor. Internal sims is, I mean, they're hard to do, aren't they? You know, you've got 8 stone a spinning speaker over there. You know, how'd you work that one? But I like it. Leslie. I mean, that's good. You've got a lot more brightness to go. Brighter than the C3 beneath me. Very good, very good. No, that's good. So, church use, yes. Lovely. We were in church mode, weren't we? I took off all the thirds, 2/3 and 3/5, and you can get a nice. Ha! Old school trick. I don't know why I'm doing that, because there's Farfisa, there's Fox Continental and pipe organ in there. But the old trick is to take off all the sort of impure whole notes, and you get that sound. So I noticed the reverb off. So on the first patch, it's not on, and then you have to wibble the little thing to get the depth to work. Ah, right, I see why the Farfisa Vox sound wasn't working as well as it could. I had the percussion on. Let's just do that again for you. Maybe I'll play it right. Not unlikely. I mean, that. Sounds pretty sweet, doesn't it? Sounds pretty sweet. Okay, back to dark organ. Reverb's on, percussion's off. Does sound really good. What's it missing? What's it missing, folks? Do you know it? Have you learned? You've learnt me. Missing overdrive, isn't it? The key click's good. It coming in. The overdrive is apparently on, so let's have a listen. We're set to tube, standard crossover, 3.36, blend 100, and 20% drive. So that's the point. Not there, is it? Now we know it's a different overdrive to the XK, so let's adjust our expectations a little bit. There's no tubes in here. It's going to be the DSP section, no doubt, from the XK5, but we'll see. Well, I'm going to wind it up. About 73. Starting to bark. You know what? Alright. Does the top come through? The old problem, innit? No, they've made sure that it does. They made sure that the overdrive's not killing that top end, and that'll probably be the crossover. Yeah, you can gig this, can't you? You can certainly gig this. Right, let's go up to the top, because it's there. This is as far as the overdrive goes. Okay, so we're now into rock territory. Gospel people, cup of coffee. Come back in 2 minutes, right? Actually, you know, that bottom end, we'll have to have a word with that in a minute. Still get the Leslie on, can you? Yeah. It's different. It's different to the SK-5, there's no doubt about it. We've still got the contacts in. There they are. Hear them coming in. Whatever they do. I mean, I get it, I understand it. I've had this the C apart, I could see what's going on, so I know what it's doing, but I can't see how it must improve the feedback of the player. I mean, it's the SK-5 and this SK-Pro certainly does feel great to play. So it's part of that thing. There's still more travel on there. There's more travel on the key than there is on the C3, and it appears to be, it's a different feel to XK. I'd like to see what the key beds are, who makes the key beds, but if I'm being honest, I think, you know, you've got to draw a middle ground between a piano and organ feel, haven't you? Because this has got a piano sound on it. So, you know, if it was a piano sound but with organ keys, it would feel wrong, and the other way it would feel wrong. So they've got a difficult job on their hand, and I have to say, I think they've nailed it. I think they've nailed the feel, because it feels like an organ, albeit it's very positive. It's a very positive note. But a little bit long on the keyboard. But when they play piano, it feels like a piano as well. So, well done, guys. Well done. Okay, so we've got the overdrive on flat out. Of course we have. What's the problem? Well, here we go. We're going to get to it now. That thing. There's a thing, isn't there, where on most organs, the bass end or clone wheels, I mean, it's a Hammond, right, but we'll call it a clone wheel because it's not a tone wheel, the bass is really big. The bass is really big, and it kills my pet hate. Can't hear that, you know. We'll do the same thing in another video. We'll do the same thing on the XK, so you can see the difference, you know. But the trick to it is, now I've owned Hammonds for years and years and years, and even on the old XB2 that I used to have, because I play the left hand. I would play the left hand as a timing mechanism for me. You know, it's that thing. So how do we get away with that? I'm going to go for split. Let's have a go, shall we? See how it works. Can you see in there? No, right. There's a button over here called split. Brilliant. I've got drawbar select upper, pedal lower, and I've got 3-part organ. So let's hold the split button now. What happens? Yeah, it takes you to a screen. Lovely. Nothing. So split on 2B, and I want it lower. So I'm going to take that split down until that makes a noise. Beautiful. So I've got these drawbars going all the way down to B, 76, 73 key, you see, a bit more space. So that's going to be my lower manual. Bear with. But I can't get it to work. So let's press lower. It flashes up, then goes away. Oh yeah, okay. So this is now controlling on the screen the lower, but there's no noise. Now, off the back of the drawbar select there, it says upper pedal lower, and there's a line down from the lower that says 3-part organ. Aha! Right, okay. Oh yeah, okay, and that's the bottom. Okay, so this is the split. I should probably insert a bit of reading here because I haven't done any. But it sounds to me like... let's go crazy so that you know. Right. Right. So now you're going to do the old school split, aren't you? So you're going to press lower. It does confuse me that the drawbars aren't where they are because it's where you last left them on the lower. But you know, you really can't have everything with that, can you? So let's have those down a little bit, sort of like 656 0 0 0 0 0 0, if you know what I mean. Just give it a little bit of a... Right. And then the top. Top is crazy setting at the moment. Right, now we're into something, aren't we? Because we've got that. Yeah, so the left hand's lovely. He's not killing the right hand anymore. Yeah, it's what we want, isn't it? It's what we want. Okay, so let's go crazy now. Let's get the percussion on. Totally different sound here. This is as if you've got a lower manual. I bet you could put a MIDI keyboard underneath and it would play, it would push that sound. I bet you it would onto the one, and then you've got your makeshift dual manual, haven't you? Hello. It cuts off there. There we go. That's not the sound we want. That's the sound we want. Not going to do that. Okay, this works. Let's get the Leslie on, make sure this is cool. A bit more of maybe a funkier sound at the front. You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but a bit too much overdrive really there. Let's get down to sort of normal levels of silliness. So we'll get to about 90 there. Yeah, it's great because then some of the clarity comes out, doesn't it? That's nice, and you get all the reed. I'm really a big fan of that reedy sound. Hard to explain what I mean, but I can hear it. Yeah, we could gig this. We could gig this, man. And now with the split, we can do some things, right? Let's get the reverb on. Let's have a go for. You see, that's nice. So we're gonna do Child in Time. Child in Time warning. Not practice this, but now you've got the. Okay, it's. That's not. Hey, you got the first bit right. Can't remember, first or second version. Okay, it's nice, isn't it? it's really nice. The reverb's sympathetic, exactly how you want it to. The left hand's not in your way anymore. Let's take the split off. How would it be? Well, the percussion wouldn't work, would it? Right. So there's another benefit as well. For those of you who don't know, percussion works, but if you've got a sustain note, you've lost your percussion. Right. So very cleverly, you split it. It understands. You've got sustain. When you're allowed to do it, which is nice. That's good thinking, and what you'd expect really. You could move the split wherever you like. I've got it there, haven't I? I think. There, so it's on the B. Okay, so I reckon that's the organ part sorted. This is good news. We didn't feature it particularly in the previous videos because I wanted to give it its own worth. What have we done? Turn the overdrive up a bit. No problem there. Put it through a Leslie. Important. I think that sounded better. Of course it sounded better. You know what I mean? So the Leslie's key to it all. Leslie does a lot of lifting and the Leslie needs a lot of lifting. But I think that's really helped the sound. We've put the split on. Gets around the matching transformer concept, and do put it in the comments. Let me know if I got that right. I believe that's right, but the idea that the XK5, you can give it the full beans, and you get everything. Here the bass is a little bit high. Split it. Leslie's got a squeak. Thank you very much. That's telling me it's the end of the day. And now you can do it with the split on. It's exactly what you want. It's really a positive keyboard too. Right, enough of my musical waffle. Comments, please let me know, like and subscribe and all those things, because if you're watching it, I'll keep doing it. If you're not, I'll stop. Why not? There's a bit of a vanity project anyway, but the idea is that I'm doing this so you don't have to, right? The idea is that hopefully you've had enough of a view of this. You think, right, from this I can buy it, I can't buy it. We used to be able to go to music shops, do you remember? I mean, not just COVID, for the people in the future, this is 2021 and we're still in hell. But it's not just that. It's a lot of mail order these days, and you don't get to go up every Saturday on the train like I did and play everything in the shop. I remember buying a Korg SV1, basically unsighted, and it was the first one delivered into the UK, and they said, well, you've got to have a good reason not to like this because we've paid the money for it. And it was great. It was great. But most of the work I did was on online on the web. Having a look. So more we can do here. But I think for your purposes and for my purposes, we're at a very good point, aren't we? If I'd have got this out the bag, plugged it in, did a gig, I'd be moaning about the organ section a little bit afterwards. But now we've got it. We've got the overdrive where we want it. We've got the split where we want it. There's work we can still do with the percussion. The percussion always tends to be a little bit too harsh out of the box for me. I turn it down on the SK. The vibrato chorus always tends to be a little bit fast for me. I basically gaffer tape it to the C3 setting. That does the job for me on every one of them. But I usually slow that down a bit. That was a trick that people used to do in the olden days. But it's there, isn't it? Could I gig this? Yes. Would I gig this? Absolutely. Would it give me extra piano sounds and ensemble sounds? Perfectly. So, to round it up then, we unboxed it. It was a nice box. We had a look at it. We had a look at all the sections. We switched it on for the very first time and kind of whizzed through. I say whizzed, but we whizzed through everything. And now we're looking at the organ. If I've got time, we'll do another video. You may know or you may not know that throughout lockdown, myself and a bunch of different musicians throughout the Midlands of England get together every week, and we virtually get together. Sorry, and we do an isolation collaboration song, and we get it out on the weekend, and that's my next job. There's a couple of songs on there that have got piano on the one, so maybe we'll do a little run through on the piano here, run through on the video, and I'll use this in anger in recording mode and see how it works. But for the moment, hope you've enjoyed this. Hope this has been useful for you. I think now, having seen this and having heard it, I hope you could make a decision on it. Let me know. A couple of people have asked me some questions around whether it's an improvement on the sound of the SK1 and 2. I think it is, but I don't think it's a game changer improvement, but I think it's an evolution. The Leslie seems a little bit better as well, although very similar in style and tone. It's hard to explain about a thing that shifts air, but you bear with me. Through the real Leslie, it's a big step forward. Okay, I hope you enjoy this. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, will you please? Thank you.